Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining the class again. Today we are going to be going forward on our unit, which is CHCCCS038, that is facilitating the empowerment of people receiving support. Of course, we stopped at the last time with regards to informing the government if we actually identify any form of abuse or neglect. And once we do this, today we are going to be stepping forward with regards to what exactly does this mean under the law. If we have any form of abuse or neglect, it can be tantamount to what they call mandatory reporting. In cases of child abuse or neglect, you are obligated to report the case to the proper authority. Of course, each and every organization have their own policies and procedure on how to go about this. So I would suggest you always follow the organization policies and procedure. As a mandatory reporter, you do not need to, or you do not have to discuss your observation with the child's parent. Instead, you must contact the authorities immediately after gathering enough evidence to support your suspicion, because most of the time those that actually abuse children might be their loved ones. So we allow the government or the authority to actually handle that. The next discussion will be facilitate choice and self-determination. There is no way we can facilitate empowerment of people receiving care without facilitating their choice and self-determination. How can we get this done? You can only get this done by actually motivating them. So what we understand by motivation, we have two types of motivation: internal and external motivations. Internal motivation refers to the satisfaction of applying oneself is enough to encourage a person to accomplish their goal. And two, it determines the values and goals of a person. When you engage, when you try to provide the necessary support and show someone or even give them an accolade based on what they have done right, then you boost their confidence. Once their confidence is boosted, this will be will make them to actually get some kind of determination to actually see through and go forward in achieving their goal. That is what we can refer to as internal motivation. While external motivation refers to rewards such as praises, approved, used to motivate, determined by the values of goals, maybe family or friend and carers that actually provided. So if someone actually look into their home and say, it's time, I need to really step up my game and build upon my strengths and achieve a goal, then internally they've actually generated some form of determination to achieve those goals. Well, if of course we support them through different means, either we as carer or even their family members, then that is external motivation. So one of the key factors that can affect a person's motivation is the theory of self-determination. What do I mean by this? According to the PowerPoint, self-determination refers to a person's ability to make their own choices, actions, and decisions. It involves providing specific needs to allow a person's freedom and this feelings, the freedom, in turn enhance a person's internal motivation. So once someone has this level of self-determination, the internal motivation will automatically be activated, and they will try as much as possible to achieve their goal. As a care worker, we must make sure that the person is internally motivated to improve their own condition. No matter how strong, no matter how good we are sometimes, or even most of the time, we can't know the client more than they know themselves. It's just like you going to meet a doctor now. The doctor will have to ask you what's going on. No matter how smart the doctor is, without you telling them this is what the condition you're going through, it will be very hard for them to know what you're going through. So you are the best doctor. Failure to motivate the person can lead to situation where any effort to empower them does not create any meaningful changes in their life. So it is the first thing that we need to always think about is how to get that internal motivation activated. In general, people receiving support who have self-determined have a better quality of life than others, and this is because self-determined people are less prone to abuse, they are less dependent on others, they show a lot of capability and make choices that benefit their health. They are even capable of doing well in school, landing better jobs, and more quickly seek assistance whenever they need help. So it will be better for us to always create an environment whereby our clients feel internally motivated. The use of person-centered approach is acknowledge the person as their own expert. Just as I've said earlier, there's no way that anybody can know you better than yourself. So there's no way you as a care worker can also know your client better than them. So we try as much as possible to give them that opportunity to guide and to lead the way. This may have a desire and preference that might not make sense to others, but yes, allow them to actually maybe be the driver or be the person to make the choices with regards to their health. They can speak on personal basis and thus may provide more detailed or specific information on what they need or what type of help they believe you can actually provide them. Once they give you this information, we understand that that is a strength-based approach. That is, this is what they are sure they are capable of. So as a carer, we try as much as possible to build on that. We build on that by restoring the confidence. We build upon that strength, and because we understand and know the strength they have, our job, of course, will become so easy in achieving their goal. So strength-based approach enables the person to see themselves at their best and see their own values. They can also move the value forward and utilize their strength instead of focusing on their illness, disability, or conditions that they are presently going through. It also helps them in identifying constraints and limitations present in the person's environment. They look for ways of addressing and removing this constraint or limitation, which of course will enable them to actually achieve their expected goal. So giving them the appropriate information for building on this the strength-based approach is what we call self-advocates. Self-advocate simply means allowing and assisting a person in speaking up for themselves. as a care worker, you must help your clients to access various self-advocates groups available to them. How do we do this? We do this by gathering the necessary information or making some research that will really assist our clients. As we have today, there's a lot of self-advocates organization out there. So you look at the present condition and you look at what is it that your client really need, and you can just reach out to them for the necessary support. So this support allows your client to speak up for themselves, fight for their rights, work together with other people to make the change happen. And self-advocate group offer a wide range of activities and programs. It is our responsibility to look for the best that actually match up with what our clients are looking for. And the next topic will be assist the person and their support system in options for actions on relevant issues. Just like what we are discussing about self-advocacy. If we provide a necessary environment and necessary information to our clients, it will give them that level of understanding, and we assist them in making the right decision. And in other words, we have actually empowered them, and we've provided the person-centered approach that they actually needed. Doing so can also sometimes be so challenging and may have difficulties making their own decision in some cases due to the challenges they are going through. Might be very, very confronting. So we as a carer, as a support worker, we have to look at the best option for them that will not actually make them suffer in any way, that will make them feel confident, and that will not make them look down on themselves. So make those information a very simple one that they can easily understand and that they can comprehend and make the best use of. There are few challenges that people in our care might be going through, even with the information that we provide to them. Such option with different action on relevant issue might be medical issues. They rely a lot on us to be able to provide and to be able to give them direction when it comes to medical issue, legal issue, financial issues, and other matters that required urgent or informed decisions. Other than them, we also look and provide a very good support for their family, their close friends, and primary caregiver. This, of course, these people are very integral part of our clients, and while we are supporting our clients, we should not forget about them, because with the collaboration and with the level of understanding that they are bringing to the table, our clients will get the necessary support, and they will even have a better understanding of what we are trying to actually pass across. Below are recognized roles of supporters in Australia. Nominated person based on Mental Health Act. A client chose a nominated person to represent and support them if they become a patient under mental health. To assist and support your client, consider during the following strategies. To assist and support your client, we are considered doing the following strategies. Give the clients and their supporters enough space and time to discuss their options and make their decisions. Even if they nominate someone, that someone might decide to sit down with them to clarify things before the decision is made. So as a care worker or as a support worker, we are expected to give them that time for them to actually come to a particular decision that they believe will work well for them. We should take note of all decisions that the client makes and be aware of every supporter's role. It's our responsibility also to look out for possible instance of abuse or conflict of interest, because there might be some situation whereby the loved ones, the family member, might actually abuse, maybe financially abuse some of our clients, willingly or unknowingly. So we should always be vigilant, and we should be on the lookout for this. We are expected to remember the client themselves is experiencing changes, and we need to remember the original goal is to empower and make them feel encourage their self-determination, and not our own personal value or our own attitude. We should always understand that this is all about them, not us. While we are actually assisting them, we need to communicate their goal in a way that they are well involved in identifying or deciding their individualized plan. This can be achieved by considering the following. 1. We are expected to ask for the client's consent at all times before we actually support them in anything. It is very, very important that we discuss all the essential details with them to give them what is the likely downtown, or what are the likely consequences of not doing something. And while we are doing this, we need to always respect their wishes if they still want to go ahead. That is what we call duty of care and dignity of risk. It is our duty of care to provide the information, and it is their wishes or dignity of risk to take it or not. But we are expected to always provide that information and let them know the consequence of not following it. We are expected to follow the Privacy and Confidentiality as well as Disclosure Act, and make sure to prevent others from forcing our client to actually share such informations. While we are discussing to be a self-determined and motivated person will be much easier to take care of. So as a carer, we should communicate clearly, or clearly communicating their personal goal with them, and always involve them in their individualized plan to ensure that the client will have necessary support they needed in achieving their goal. Another thing that is expected of us is the following. Just when we are supporting them in achieving their goal, we should always ask for their consent and discuss any essential thing that we believe can add value to them achieving that goal. We should always respect their wishes, follow the organization policies and procedures mentioned earlier, and make sure that we don't force our own ideas on them. We are expected to assist them in communicating their goal in achieving principle of active support, and doing so we are expected to allow them to understand that the person understand themselves better, and make it easier for them to state their ideas. Also show the person that you are committed to assisting them in achieving their goal, and that you are only there to really make sure that they achieve the goal that they've actually set for themselves. And yeah, that's where we are going to call it a day today. We'll see you next time. Thank you all. Bye.